Okay, so good day everyone. Today we are going to be looking at another toy review, specifically the Bandai real grade Unicorn Gundam. So it's real grade, so it's 1/144 scale. From the box, it comes with the following accessories. So it comes with 3 shields, it comes with a lot of blasters, a lot of grenade launchers, some other equipments that you've seen in the movie or in the series. So it's based on the anime series Unicorn Gundam. It's a nice series. I got hooked to it when it was showing. I saw it on Netflix. It's great, and the selling point of this figure is that it's transformable. So it transforms from the Unicorn Gundam, which is this guy right here, into the destroy mode, which is this guy right here. So I suggest that if you're not familiar with the anime, you should go and watch it. It's really good. So this is the actual Gundam that was used by Banager Lynx. So that's the hero in that series. Anyway, so why do I have a built figure already? So this is quite unusual to what you guys are accustomed to in my reviews. And the short answer is I stopped building it. To be honest, I got the figure back 7 months ago. And I was excited in building it. And while I was building it, and there's a ton of runners that go with it, as you can see right there. So I attempted building it at first around August of 2019, and it was really, to be honest, it was the plastic material was just really bad. I mean, there were times when there are parts that are broken, that were having plastic stress marks already, and I was being very delicate with it. So it's probably not really intended as a toy, like a toy per se, wherein you could really play with the figure and pose with it. And because all I did when I finally got to build it was pose with it, pose the figure into different poses. I brought it with me when we went to Japan, because I was going to visit the Gundam base in Odaiba, where there was an actual 1-to-1 scale of a Unicorn Gundam. I was able to pull off some great pictures. I'll probably show it later. But yeah, after that shoot, one of the joints on the shoulder decided it's gonna break. And that shoulder, mind you, I even followed an online video that says that you should put some silicone oil, and I even bought some silicone oil from Tamiya for that purpose, to make sure that the joints are smooth, because it could because the plastic really could break that easily. So it's one of those figures that I just have to accept that it's not really playable. As much as I don't want to get the real grade because I mean, I've been hearing a lot of negative reviews about it, saying that it's better to get the master grade and stuff like that. Excuse me. But the master grade really, I mean, it doesn't conform with the figures that I have. So I have, most of my figures are 6 inches in height. So I wanted to do a collection of those figures. So yeah. So anyway, the silicone oil did help with the joints, but eventually you really have to redo putting that oil in there before you move the figure around. Otherwise, you would risk breaking a lot of those joints, specifically the joints on the arms. So that's the elbow joint, the shoulder joint, and yeah. So yeah, so in mine, there's also some reports that I hear that there are people breaking the joints on the legs. Mine, they're still okay, but I feel like the joints on the feet or the ankles, they're not really that good as well. So yeah, because of that, I decided I'm not gonna continue building it. I'm just gonna build what's necessary, at least for those who have seen the series, to at least appreciate what it looks like. I just felt so disheartened by the whole experience that I just decided, okay, enough is enough. I've tried. I've had my fun. It looks like a great figure. The details are exquisite. Imagine if all the stickers are there, if you put some details into it. But yeah, I guess it's not the figure's fault in a way, because expectations were already set, if you know what I mean. I know that this is a difficult figure to maintain because the plastic quality wasn't really that good. I could go on and compare this to other build, like the Super Mini Pla, which has better plastic quality, the Mazinger Z Infinity version, which is also based on runners, but the build quality and the plastic materials much better. It's more poseable than the real grade. But yeah, I got this because I was trying to be true to my intention to collect the figures that remind me of my childhood and my journey watching and enjoying cartoons. So, and this is one of them. So yeah, but it's better to set your expectation. It's not really playable. I mean, it defeats the purpose that you could actually transform it, and it really works. I mean, based on what the series tells you, I mean, the horns, it opens and closes to transform, and then the head, the whole body transforms from the unicorn mode to the psycho frame mode. But yeah, despite all that, there's a lot of issues. It's not, for me, it's not really that playable. It's better to decide on a pose and then, pose it. And I guess that's a realization that a lot of Gundam fans or Gunpla folks know already by now. And again, it's not really the figure's fault because that's the expectation everybody knows about it. It's more of my expectations were not met because I'm basically the collector that don't buy toys for the sake of just putting them on a shelf. I like to play with the figure. I like to make stop motion animations with it. I like to make dioramas, pictures, and whatnot with the figure. So basically, I even travel with some of the figures and post some funny pictures with it. So you know, it's kind of for me, that's how I collect toys. It's not just buy one, leave it on a box, put it on the shelf. But anyway, so yeah, it's one of the, so for me, this is, I'm not gonna rate this video. I'm not gonna recommend that people get this figure for that purpose. So if you're the type of person who likes to collect Gunpla and you're just gonna display it after you build it, then by all means get this figure, because for the price, there's so much that comes with the figure. So it has some boosters, it has lots of weapons, everything that you've seen in the series and more. If that's your purpose, then by all means get this figure. This figure is for you. If your purpose for getting it is posing it, more often than not, I mean, doing so many videos with it and posting it, this is not the figure for you. You're probably better off getting the master grade. You're probably better off just getting a version that doesn't transform at all, because the high grade version of this guy, you're not gonna transform it in any other mode. So there's less joints to stress. So it's going to last longer if you're going to use it for those purposes. This figure, as much as they advertise that it's transformable, and yes, it does its thing, but you're risking a lot of those joints are really very delicate. The plastics, or probably some sort of rubber material that they're using, it doesn't do well with repetitive motion. So chances are you're going to break them. It's not even over time, just with repeated motion. So it's not for everybody. It's definitely not for me. So I'm sorry to disappoint my Gunpla friends, or my Gunpla viewers, but yeah, that's how I see this thing. But anyway, so yeah, it's a beautiful piece. Don't get me wrong. With all the details that's in the piece, it's really beautiful. It's really something that you should put on a shelf if you're a Gunpla collector. But for me, again, because of all the flaws and because of how I play with the figures that I have, this is definitely not something that's for me. So yeah, so that's it for this review. I'm sorry to disappoint again, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. And again, I will see you guys soon. Peace.